Imagine you're at a dealership where you no longer have to search for keys and search for cars. It's a bold statement, right? What if at any given point of the day, you can open up an app or a desktop dashboard and see the exact location of a key? So if it's in the key machine, it's on a pegboard, it's over a detail, it's working its way through recon, it's shoved in one of your sales guy's desks, or maybe it just got left out in a cup holder of a car, you would quickly know this. And then on top of that, what if you knew where the vehicles were? Right? So if I'm trying to show a car, I could quickly find the key and then I would say, oh, the car is parked over at detail. It's out on the lot. Oh, it's actually at one of our satellite lots. How does that change business? Well, that's what Southwest Key of Rockwall's doing. They're using TrueSpot's key tracking tags and vehicle tracking tags to see their exact location in real time. Let me show you how that works. So I've got my phone, I'm sharing it to the screen here, and we're gonna run a search. We're gonna go to find a key and find a car. So once I get here, I can type in a stock number, a VIN, a partial of either one of those. I can search by year, make, and model. A lot of different ways that I can do a search. But let's say somebody said, hey, I got the last four of the stock when they were looking online. It was 9692, right? So I go ahead and type that in, right? Cool, was it a 25 Kia Telluride? Yes, okay, cool. So I click on it, and it then pulls up the map and shows me where the vehicle is first. And then right above the map, it'll tell me the location of the vehicle. So the vehicle is currently in service on the Southwest base, right? So this way I know, right? And I can zoom in and out to see that. And then key-wise, when I jump to the key tab, it'll show me where that key is living as well. So I can see it on the map, and then it's also going to tell me, hey, it's in the west slot right now. So this key is not living on a pegboard. It's not a key hook. It's not in a desk. It's actually out on the lot right now. So if we're running into issues of, hey, I think we can't find this key, well, it's out on the lot, right? It's either with a person or it's potentially been dropped when somebody got out of a car or left, inside of a car cup holder kind of thing. Now, car-wise, just for the sake of granularity, I can get you within 1 to 2 spots when you're looking for it. And then key-wise, we can actually walk you right up to where a set of keys is. So if you need to get within a foot or two of a set of keys, we could absolutely do that. When you're out here, it appears a blue dot, so you can see yourself get real close to that pin drop. And if you still couldn't find it, you hit the find a tag button. When you do that, it starts pinging that tag every couple seconds. Now, a couple things are going to happen. This screen's going to pop up and a white ball appear in the middle. So as I walk closer to that tag, it's going to move that white ball down towards the immediate section. When I get to immediate, I'm within 1 to 2 feet. Or if I'm walking the wrong way, right, it's going to go towards the red section. So not only are you going to get that, but additionally, there's an LED in the tag that will start to flash. So if you were like looking at a desk with a bunch of keys on it, it would help you find it quicker. Or if it was an entire wall or a pegboard or a key hook system with a bunch of keys, you could do this and go, oh, there it is, and grab it off the hooks. So you can make life a little bit easier for yourself. Now, when you're inside of a search, there's a couple other things that you can do that are kind of helpful. One, you have the About section. This is where we can pull in from an inventory feed. Maybe you want to pull in pictures, descriptions of the car, right? All of this different information that we can pull from either one feed or multiple feeds. So know that we can input that info into here. And then secondarily, you saw the location tab and then the notes. If you want to tag a note related to a specific car, right? Maybe the car has a dead battery and you want to let your porter know. Maybe it has scratches on it. We need to let somebody know that they need to fix that. Or maybe it's just something as simple as it's blocked in, or it smells like dog or cigarettes. Know that you can leave a note. And not only can you leave a note, but you can tag employees. So that way they'll get an in-app notification as well. So if you needed to tag a porter to let them know, hey, this has a dead battery, can you come charge it when you have a chance? You absolutely could do that. And then lastly, you can see the tags. You can see what's connected. You can connect multiple tags. If you want to do a spare key, you could absolutely do that. You could have the main key, spare key, and the car. But you can see the battery life of these two. Now, related to battery life, the key tag and the car tag both use a watch battery. I believe it's a 2032 watch battery, so it's going to last about 2 to 3 years. But you can pop the backs of all of our tags off and you can replace those batteries. Here we are on the desktop dashboard, and I like the dashboard because you can do a lot more. A lot of my managers like to use this tool. So this gives me the option to look at several keys at once, or I can look at several vehicles at once. This becomes powerful, right? At the end of a night, how cool is it if you can come out here and go, I need to make sure every key makes it back in the building, look and go, hey man, I've got one key that's floating out on the lot right now. I can hover over it and it'll tell me the stock number VIN to it, or I can click into a geofenced area and it'll tell me all of the keys or all of the vehicles that are in that area. I mentioned these guys have their main lot that exists right here, and then if I zoom way out, you can see they have a recon lot that lives way over here where they're going to have keys and vehicles living as well. Now, when you're looking at the map, you can see all these different geofenced areas and they've been labeled different things. This is always going to be custom for every store. So whether it's East Lot, whether it's West Lot, whether it's Back Lot, right? Whatever the naming conventions that you use and however we need to draw the geofences at your specific store, understand that will be custom for you. Once these are built, this becomes really cool because I can come on here and if I want to know what vehicles are over at the Recon Center, I can click up here on Recon Center and it'll present me a list with all the vehicles there, right? If I want to know, hey, what do I have on my front lot? It'll show me that, right? So forth and so on. And then I can do the same thing for keys. But this way I can understand when stuff is not where it should be. How can I quickly determine that? If a key or a vehicle ever leaves the campus, let's talk about that. It's going to start a timer. so that you can say, okay, it's left the campus, we can't see it, where has it gone, right? Now, when it starts that timer, I'm going to scroll across the top here, there's a last sightings. I have one for both vehicles and I have one for keys. So perfect example, they have one vehicle that left the lot from the front lot and has been gone for more than 24 hours. Now I can click into this exact vehicle and it'll tell me the exact time that the key and the car left. So the car left on 10/1/2024 at 4:12 p.m. If I had questions about this, maybe I want to jump into the notes. Did we leave a note as to why it was leaving? Maybe we put sending it to a third-party vendor, sending it for a recall, whatever the case may be. So understand it'll always start a timer the minute something leaves. Now secondarily, I will remind you, you can set up your staff to get alerts on vehicles that leave. If I want to look at old age units, I can actually click on a filter up here, so you can see me highlighting over it, and say, hey, show me everything that's 90 plus days old, and it'll show me the location of that vehicle. Now, it's only showing 4 right now because these guys are still connecting tags up. My team is out there working. But if you've got an old age unit and it's not selling, sometimes it may be the price, it may be the vehicle, or it may just be parked somewhere funky where customers can't see it. How helpful is it to be able to get this list and be able to look to see the exact location of your old age units? Now, in the same instance, your inventory manager can use this tool. If they want to search out a certain type of vehicle, I'm looking for all of my 2025 and let's say Kia specifically, and then we could pick a model, right? Maybe it's the Carnivals, right? Show me where those are. Or maybe it's the K4s, right? I want to see where every K4 is. So if you're trying to keep them all bundled together on the lot, keep the lot nice and tight so when somebody shows one, they can walk down the row and show them others. This is a really easy way to do it. You don't have to grab a porter. They don't have to walk out, write down missed parked cars, go back in, find the key, come back out, try to move those all around. You can do this from a computer, get the list, and go and start moving stuff. And you can see the exact location of the key. You can see the exact location of the car, so it becomes way more efficient. Now, you may want to track something that's not a key or a vehicle, right? Every dealership has things that grow legs and seem to wander off. So let's talk about that for a second. Maybe it's a golf cart, maybe it's golf cart keys, maybe it's dealer plates, maybe it's jump boxes, maybe it's iPads. You can pick the specialized tool that it might be at your store. But how would I do that, right? Let's say I want to do a specific dealer plate. Maybe it's my name and then dealer plate. Do you want to create this? And I'd say, yes, I do. And then I can select pre-owned, new, however you want to do that, up to you, and then hit submit. Once I've done that, I can then connect a tag to that entry. So this way, if it was my dealer plate and I drove 6 cars today and I left it out on a car on the lot and I'm like, I don't know which one it is, I would be able to run a search and see exactly where my dealer plate is. Or I could see exactly where the jump box is if we think that we jumped a car and left it in the trunk of the car and took it for a test drive. You can track things other than keys and cars, so know that you can get creative with this tool. Can we run reports? Absolutely, we can run reports. So if you wanted to say, hey, I've got all these keys and these vehicles tagged, I want to know when they're being test driven, know that we can generate reports for you. On a report right here, I could say, hey, I want to know anything that's been driven, right? It's left a lot and been gone for more than 10 minutes, but we'll say under 30 minutes, right? For the sake of this, that way we know it's been driven for maybe a 15-minute test drive. And then I can select which days, right? Maybe I want the last 7 days. Boom, I click on that. I can see the last 7 days and every stock number and VIN that's been test driven. And not only that, not only can I see them, but I can see how many times they've been driven as well. So this way, if we're trying to understand what people are driving, okay, well then let's start to look at that. How can we use that data? So understand, we can create reports like this once we're using that location data to see where keys and vehicles are. So if you want to learn more about tracking your keys, right, tracking your vehicles, please do give me a call, text, email. Or maybe you're saying, hey, this is pretty cool, but could you do anything maybe on the service side? What if I told you I had reusable tags that are trackable? Hang it on the rearview mirror of the car, click it on the keys, search this number that lives on the RO, and you can see where your service vehicles are. Would that be helpful? Or maybe you want to track them through Recon. We can do some really cool stuff there. Ask me about the drive time recon centers we have set up. Or maybe you're going, hey, do you have any cool integrations? Like, do you have anything set up with maybe key track to where when it pulls out of the machine, it'll show them on the key machine a map of where the key is, where the car is, stuff like that? I've got that too. Or maybe you want to pull that checkout log out and want to drop that into the app, right? I do that with Keeper. I have integrations set up with them as well. So a lot of really cool stuff that I haven't talked about on this, but I'd love to talk to you about your store, what you have available to you, the tools that you're using, the dynamic that you have as far as your setup, and how we can help.